Guys, Ms. Clark here, and I just wanted to go over this worksheet with you before you start on the next lesson 2. This is lesson 5, prepositions and prepositional phrases. This is a review from what you learned last year and will help you in getting ready to do the next lesson in prepositions, which is lesson 2, but that is a 5th grade standard. Right here is the 4th grade standard if you want to review it. This is your Google worksheet that we're going to start using a lot of. And as you see, you have some green interactive objects here. And I'll go over how to use those in a little bit. First, let's talk about prepositions and prepositional phrases. Last year you learned that a preposition is anywhere a mouse could go. Well, it's also a little bit more involved than that. Yes, it tells you where things are, like behind, above, below, under, but it also tells you when things are in time. For example, like during, before, after, things like that. And it also tells you how things are. So I'm just going to read here your introduction to a preposition. A preposition is a word that shows a relationship between other words in a sentence. Words such as about, after, at, behind, by, during, for, in, on, and under are prepositions. Prepositions connect the people, objects, time, and locations of a sentence, guys. That's what they do. We have a sentence here that shows us this exact thing. The sentence says, Micah looked at the large tree. Sorry. Micah looked at the large tree. At, the word at is the preposition, and the word tree is the object of a preposition. Okay? So, let me ask you guys a question. What part of speech is the word tree? Is it a verb? Can you tree? I want you to tree for me right now. Can't do it, can you? The word tree in this sentence is a noun, okay? How about the word large? What part of speech is the word large? It's not a noun. It's not a pronoun. What is it doing to the word tree? Is it modifying it in some way? It's telling you what kind of tree, a large tree. So the word large would be an adjective. And then you have this little word here, the. We see the a lot, right? And it's a special part of speech. If you guys remember, there's 3 of them, a and the. It is an article, you are right. All right, so we got those parts of speech out of the way. Let's look at this whole sentence here. Micah looked at the large tree. At's the preposition. Object of the preposition is tree. At the large tree is your prepositional phrase. The prepositional phrase is going to start with the preposition and go to the object and any words in between those 2 parts of speech. Okay? So what it is telling us what she's looking at. Micah's looking. Looked is our verb, right? She's looking at something. What is she looking at? She's looking at tree, at the tree, okay? So at and tree are showing a relationship between each other because it's telling you what she's looking at, okay? A prepositional phrase can describe a noun or a verb. It sometimes describes by telling how, when, where, or what kind. So we have some examples here, and we're going to look at the prepositional phrase and see what it's telling us about the sentence, okay? Micah and Lily went outside after lunch. After is your preposition, lunch is your object, and your entire prepositional phrase for this sentence is after lunch, okay? And what's it telling us is it's telling us when they went. They went after lunch. They went outside after lunch, okay? They sat under the oak tree. Under is your preposition. Tree is your object. Oak is that adjective describing what type of tree. Okay, so you don't include oak tree, you just include tree as your object. Under the oak tree is your entire prepositional phrase, and it tells us where they sat at. They sat under the oak tree. It was a good spot for a tree house. For is your preposition. House is your object of your preposition. Tree, again, that is just a adjective describing what type of house. A is that article. Look there it is. So for a tree house is your entire prepositional phrase. And it's telling us what kind of spot it was. It was a spot for a tree house. Lily showed Micah a book about tree houses. About is your prepositional phrase. Houses is your object of your preposition. About, or not prepositional phrase, but about is your preposition. Your prepositional phrase is about tree houses. And it tells you what kind of book. What kind of book was it? It was about a book about tree houses. They could build a tree house by themselves. By is your preposition. Themselves is the object. By themselves is the entire prepositional phrase, just 2 words. And it tells how they could build. How could they build? They could build by themselves, all by themselves. All right. So what you're going to do in the guided practice here is underline each prepositional phrase and circle the preposition. And then these last 2 sentences, you're just going to finish it by adding a prepositional phrase, okay? So you've got these lines here, and you're going to use these lines to click and drag to where your prepositional phrase is, all right? So behind the house, that would be my prepositional phrase. And my preposition, I would circle, which is behind. And you can shorten these things just by grabbing those little blue boxes there and adjusting if you would like, okay? So that's how you do that. Here, you're just going to click and type to finish out that sentence with a prepositional phrase. Easy stuff, right? And then on the second page, you're just going to move the circle to either A, B, C, or D. Just click. Make sure you got those blue boxes around it and drag it to whatever. All right? Hey guys, that is it. That's as simple as it can make it. I hope you have fun doing this, clicking and dragging on those boxes. I'll see you later. Bye.